Hello and welcome to episode 22 of Aico TV. I'm Holly Moore.
And I'm Lizzie Williams, and I'm filling in for Alex today.
We're really pleased to be back in the studio after a busy month of events and exhibitions up and down the country. So let's see what's coming up in today's episode.
Coming up on today's episode, we've got our Regional Specification Manager, Andrew Sturgess, who's been visiting Guernsey Fire and Rescue Service.
Next, we see a product unboxing of our brand new HomeLINK environmental sensors.
Finally, we have our National Sales Manager, Daniel Little, who's been visiting Yorkshire Housing.
And we finish with an FAQ exploring what is SmartLink.
For the first segment of this episode, Andrew Sturgess visits Guernsey, and he's joined by Head of Fire Safety, Martin Lucas, who discovers the partnership, what services we can provide, and his thoughts on our products and services.
Approximately 6 or 7 years ago, Guernsey Fire and Rescue Service was having a few on-island problems with our supplier of smoke alarms. So we were looking to change supplier and we did a bit of market research and Aico came up. But at the same time, I was contacted by the Southern Regional representative, Andrew Sturgess of Aico, who said he wanted to visit the island. So we were very keen to meet and that was the start of what can only be called a great journey.
When I first came over to Guernsey, when I started the role around 6-7 years ago, got in touch with the guys over at the Fire and Rescue Service, and so what we went from there, we went through discussing all the standards and requirements that should be happening over on the mainland. We then discussed the product, how we can support them, how the kit was made, more importantly, so the quality of the kit, how it's tested, the reliability standards, the numbers.
The products are fantastic, very, very reliable. We've been fitting Aico alarms, both smoke and carbon monoxide and other devices in Guernsey now for nearly 7 years, and we have had fantastic success with them. They are really reliable.
The best thing about it was that they were so receptive to the support and the assistance we can offer. I think it's just grown into a great relationship from there.
We have never had support like we get from Aico. That's not just the continuous support from the Southern Regional Rep, Andy, he's been absolutely fantastic at his Fire and Rescue Service. They support our smoke alarm appeal charity. Like today, we've just run an expert installers course for our local electricians and electrical engineers, and we have never seen that commitment in a small island like Guernsey before. It's absolutely fantastic. The new owner contacted us because when they bought the house there was no detection whatsoever in the house. So we came round, gave them some advice during a home fire safety check, and then they chose to have an RF Aico smoke detector system. Because in the future they're going to be having a log burning stove, and we've also fitted a carbon monoxide monitor in the lounge for them, which is an Aico product as well. The RF system's really easy, which is purposely designed for existing houses. That's why we love it. The house is already here. They want to upgrade the smoke detection. The Aico RF system is perfect for that.
The interesting thing about the Fire and Rescue Service on Guernsey is that they've got quite a lot more involvement in the policy side of local government. Obviously Martin very much sees the benefits to having environmental sensors, not only looking after the life safety of residents on the island, but also their well-being, their quality of life, making sure that they live in properties that are safe, dry, happy, healthy homes to live in.
Aico is the only product Guernsey Fire and Rescue Service recommends. There are others in the marketplace, but they don't have the testing or the support, the secure mesh system that Aico does. We know that product works, it's reliable, and it has already saved lives. So please, if you're going to use any product, use Aico.
Thank you to Martin Lucas for joining us on Aico TV. It's great to see how Aico have partnered with Guernsey Fire and Rescue Service to keep the residents on the island safe. Next up, we're taking a break and we'll have a look at our gateway.
Introducing the SmartLINK Gateway and Cloud Portal service from Aico. A new and innovative product developed with registered social landlords and housing associations. giving you complete control and reassurance when monitoring and maintaining your stock of alarms through SmartLINK Cloud Portal. Easy to set up, the gateway is a roaming 2G GSM-based device, ensuring maximum connectivity possible without the need for local broadband or Wi-Fi services, increasing efficiency while remaining compliant with legislation. Featuring real-time alarm status, fault status, text alert and email notification capability for both fire or CO and fault events, as well as installation reports and replacement and fault reports. The SmartLINK Gateway and Cloud Portal service is your total solution for alarm maintenance and asset management. The smarter way to check your tenant safety at any time. SmartLINK, a revolution in tenant safety.
Welcome back to Aico TV. For the next session of the show, we're going to be looking at our brand new HomeLINK environmental sensors. These were launched at the end of September and we've already received a great response. So the CEO of HomeLINK, Chris Jones, is joined by the Chief Information and Digital Officer at HomeLINK, Simon Flint, and they're going to be unboxing the product for us, telling us about the ease of installation and giving us a walk through the products.
Okay, welcome to another instalment of Aico TV. Today we're going to be doing a little unboxing video of our new environment sensors. We've had huge demand for the environment sensor product from social landlords over the last few years, mainly around them trying to become more compliant with the Homes Act, trying to improve the health and well-being of their residents through improving the health of their homes, as well as helping landlords reach net zero and retrofit more efficiently. So due to all this demand, Aico has created another product alongside their smoke and CO alarm range, and that is the environment sensor. And I've got Simon Flint, our Chief Information and Digital Officer, with us today, and he's going to do a little unboxing exercise and talk through some of the features of this product. Take it away.
Yeah, don't that look wonderful? I mean, we've got the EI1020 here and the EI1025. The key difference between the two is the 1020 has a temperature and humidity sensor, whereas the 1025 also has a carbon dioxide sensor. So yeah, the packaging is lovely, really clean. It states on here 10-year battery life, which is one of the key selling points of this device. It's also wireless, so really easy to install. If you're used to installing products as part of the SmartLINK range, such as smoke alarms and carbon monoxide alarms and the gateway itself, these will be really easy to install. I mean, they probably take, what would you say, Chris, about?
I'd say 5 minutes.
5 minutes
if you're used to it and you've got a SmartLINK already in there, yeah. 5 minutes.
Really straightforward. So we've got the instruction manual, and then if we just open up here, we've got the sensor held in nice and securely. Let's just open it up. So the sensor is actually off until the backing plate is engaged. This is a non-tamper proof backing plate, and we also have some screws and a raw plug in here to allow you to fix it to the wall. So it can go on the wall at 1.4 meters, but it can also go on the ceiling. So if you want to keep it out of the way, so it's non-intrusive and isn't really noticed, then you can put it up on the ceiling. It doesn't feature any flashing lights. It doesn't feature any sounds whatsoever. So it is really non-intrusive, and it's a really, I think it's a beautiful unit actually. It looks really nice. And we've compared this to our other competitors on the market, and it's a lot smaller. And the accuracy of the unit is much better than our competitors, which I think is very impressive given the size of the unit.
Yeah, I think the main things for me that make it quite unique are, first of all, it's designed specifically for social landlords. So prior to this, we were using, prior to the acquisition by Aico, we were using lots of different off-the-shelf sensors, and they had varying battery lives and a number of other things. Whereas these, we knew exactly what the social landlords needed. And we went to Aico and we got a spec together, worked with landlords and residents to make a product that was really perfect for this sector. So it's very unique in that way. And again, the reason it's not got lights on it is because feedback we had from residents was that they don't want loads of flashing lights and things like that in their home. And again, something else that makes it unique for this sector is that it's got that base plate. So once this has been screwed onto the ceiling, that can just slide on. So if you need to replace it in the future, it makes it extremely easy to do.
Let's just demonstrate that, Chris. So it's literally this simple. So just put it on the back like that, clip in, and the sensor's on. and it'll stay securely in place.
Yeah, and again, you know, the back is really optimised for business case, so the battery life is like a 10-year minimum, and the device itself in almost every way is optimised for that. You know, return on investment for landlords. So once it's placed, it can be left there for 10 years doing the job it needs to do, making sure that you're keeping a sort of health and safety environment for your residents to live in, which is becoming more and more important. Did you want to talk a bit about some of the supporting software?
Yeah, so one of the other unique selling points of the sensors is that along with the SmartLink fire alarms and carbon monoxide alarms, data is being sent to our award-winning software. So we have temperature, humidity, carbon dioxide data that's going up to the cloud, where we perform complex analytics and machine learning on these huge data sets to come up with really specific, easy to understand insights for both the landlord and uniquely the residents themselves. So this really empowers residents through our app to understand the conditions within their home and to better understand their own health and what they can do to help themselves, to help the health of the home, to really empower them. So it's quite impressive actually, the whole ecosystem that's been created from this product in one little beautiful package.
So thank you to Chris and Simon for showcasing our new HomeLINK environmental sensors. If you would like to learn more about them, please visit our website using the link below, and you can get in touch as well to find out more. We're going to go to another quick break and take a look at our 3000 series.
Finally, our National Sales Manager, Daniel Little, joins Richard Bould, the Technical Manager for Yorkshire Housing and Derry Hill, to discuss their new innovative projects. The biggest housing association in Yorkshire are looking to push the technologies in their new build projects and achieve net zero carbon homes.
Hello, I'm Daniel Little, National Sales Manager at Aico. It's great to be out and about today for Aico TV. Today I'm in Menston, a place called Derry Hill in West Yorkshire. I'm joined by Richard from Yorkshire Housing, who's given me insight into the innovative development project they've got going on here.
Yorkshire Housing are the biggest housing association in Yorkshire, and we operate across the whole region. We've got a presence in the urban areas. We've also got quite a lot of stock in the rural patches as well, so out in Rydale and Craven, as well as sort of traditional family homes within Leeds, Bradford and the rest of West Yorkshire. Our vision is to provide communities and places that people are proud to call a home, and we've got a real new approach to things over the past 18 months. We're looking at a large growth strategy of building new homes across the region, and our aim is to do 8,000 homes by 2030. My role at Yorkshire Housing is Technical Manager in the New Build Development team. I lead a team of aftercare employees, so they're looking after the new build homes and customers for the first year or two. I've also been the lead on our new build spec, which we've worked on over the past 18 months. Nick, our MD, outlined that we wanted to move away from gas boilers in all our homes with the dependency on fossil fuels. What we've looked at doing is creating a roadmap that gets us away from gas boilers and towards net zero carbon homes, which we're looking at doing from 2026. So over the next couple of years, we've got an incremental standard that will see us move away from the gas boilers, take a fabric first approach, so our homes will be super insulated, and we'll also have air source heat pumps coming into our homes. So it's renewable technology, and the homes will be a significant improvement in terms of running costs, carbon usage, and hopefully a lot more comfortable to live in. Our new build standard will take on an incremental basis over the next few years before we get to the net zero carbon standard. What we're looking at doing is super insulating our homes to really reduce the energy needed to heat them. They'll also have solar PV on, which will generate electricity for the customers to use within their home, and some of that will be exported to the grid as well, which is better all round. We're also expecting to have air source heat pumps in the move away from gas. This is renewable technology, zero carbon, and it should mean that the homes are cheaper to heat and much more comfortable to live in. We're here in Derry Hill, Menston, which is going to be our next scheme to start on site this autumn. Menston is a great location for us to be building in. It's an ideal location for Leeds and Bradford for commuters, and it's also on the fringe of the rural areas. So we're not far from Skipton, Otley, Ilkley, some of the more desirable market towns in the region. There's some great links for walkers, and as a place there's some fantastic amenities very close to the scheme and the site, so we expect this to be a real great development for our customers, a place they can be really proud of. So here at Derry Hill we're going to be building 113 homes. They're going to be a mixture of 2, 3 and 4 bedroom homes for families. And there's going to be 11 different house types, all our own house types that we've had designed by architects, and they're going to be available on a mixed basis. So some will be for rent and some will be for shared ownership. So that should hit the affordable requirements within the area. There's been a lot of development recently in the area. Most of that from some of the big house builders, and some of it just over the back of the scheme. What we should be doing here is providing much more affordable homes, which will hopefully meet the demand, and it's well in line with our objectives being a housing association. Space Homes, they're our sale and shared ownership subsidiary. It's an internal team selling and marketing homes across the whole region. They're going to be providing shared ownership coverage on this scheme and just extending from the other 7 sites that we're currently marketing across the whole region. This is going to be a really exciting scheme for us. We're looking at innovation on this scheme. The 6 plots that we're looking at developing with Scotframe and iHouse, both of whom form part of the Saint-Gobain supply chain. What we've done is we've identified 6 plots that will be built out of the 113, and they'll actually be built in a factory. The Scotframe system is a timber frame system, and the iHouse is a concrete block. That should really reduce the time it takes for homes to be built, and we also hope that the insulation levels and the build quality levels will be much better. The iHouse system offers a lot of the same benefits in terms of pace, quality, and also a lot less waste on site, which again really complements our sustainability credentials. The iHouse system is a concrete block approach, a bit like a Lego system, so the concrete sections are slotted together here on site, and then you can insulate and either have stone or brick on the outer skin. Across most of the scheme, we're looking at enhancing the insulation levels, which will mean that homes are cheaper to heat and run. We're going above and beyond current building regulations with the walls and roof insulation levels. The U values are much tighter than we would have to do normally, but this is just part of our approach to improving the stock within our base, making homes much more comfortable for customers, and meaning they won't need to be retrofitted in future with new insulation going in at a later date. We're looking at smart tech going into the homes as they're built. One of the systems we're looking at is the Aico HomeLINK system. This will allow us to monitor from the offices and the hubs just how the homes are performing out on site. What they will do is measure temperature, humidity and CO2 levels within the home, and from this we'll be able to see how long the homes take to lose 1 degree of temperature, which will reflect on how well they've been built, how well insulated they are. Some of the other smart tech that we're looking at boiler diagnostics. This will allow us to monitor the heating systems again from the office. Hopefully we'll be able to pick up faults on the boilers before customers are even aware of it, which will move more of the repairs to a planned or appointed basis rather than sending out on an emergency basis when customers have a problem and they're ending up without heating or hot water. Linked to this, it should also mean that the customers can control their heating systems, perhaps from an app, moving away from the traditional thermostat, and we hope that they should see some benefits in terms of the heating cycles and being able to turn the heating off, save some money when it doesn't need to be on. The site here at Derry Hill is typical of a lot of the schemes that we develop within the region. We've got dry stone walls on the boundaries. There's a lot of tree cover, which really makes the site really desirable, and it'll be a great place to live. We've been very conscious to maintain the existing trees that are here. So we've got a large band of tree growth going straight through the site, and at the main entrance we've picked that location specifically to reduce any trees having to be felled. One of the other characteristics of the site is that parking can be a problem on the existing road. What we're looking at doing is creating a dedicated parking space for some of the locals immediately next to the scheme, where parking is strictly limited to on the road. So one of the first things that we'll do is provide that parking space, get the cars off the road, and hopefully enhance the traffic system for the locals. The homes here will also have EV electronic car charging points. This will mean that right from build phase they won't need to be retrofitted at a later point. This is well in line with the government strategy of electronic vehicles and moving away from carbon emissions. As well as good road and footpath links, this site is ideally located for Leeds Bradford Airport, which is just on the plateau of the hill right behind me.
It's been fantastic here today in Menston with Richard, just learning about the different technologies that you're using on this innovative project. It'd be really good to come back in a few months' time when you've broke ground, so we can take a closer look at those technologies.
Thank you to Richard for joining us on Aico TV to discuss the strategies for the future for Yorkshire Housing. We will now join Holly on the FAQ.
So as always, we're going to finish the episode with an FAQ, and this week we're going to be exploring our SmartLink technology. So that brings us to the end of episode 22 of Aico TV. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do.
And if you'd like to keep up to date on the latest information on Aico, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter and TikTok.
Thank you. See you next time.